Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik with Figure It Out Productions. The following video is part of our Quick Shoot series.
Hey guys, it's Adam here. I've got a couple of packages that I'm going to open up here for you, and then we will talk about the contents inside, and I think it's pretty cool. So why don't I just go ahead and do that first, and then we'll discuss it. We'll start off with this box here, and rip that open. Both of these are, of course, from Japan, which I will talk about in a moment. For inside, we've got two things. Or we should have two things, unless the order was screwed up, and I hope that's not the case. Though I have no reason to think it would be. We have two games that are really, really needlessly well packaged. And sorry, I did not expect it to be that way. I'm going to rip through all this. Alright, we have a PlayStation game, which I'll talk about in a moment. And then we have Snatcher for the Sega Saturn. This is not in any way the point of the video, but it was cheaper to save on shipping by getting both. So this will come back in playload, but it has nothing else to do with the rest of this video. And this other package here, which I can just rip open, just ripped open a customs declaration, is another PS1 game. So, move all this stuff out of the way. Okay, so we got two PlayStation 1 games. Now what's special about these games? They're just little Japanese games, right? Well, it has come to my understanding that at the time when Sega gave up on the Dreamcast and they decided to go through third-party development, you remember, of course, they made games for the PS2, the GameCube, and the Xbox, and of course have been a third party ever since. At the time, there was a rumor that Sega was going to be making games for the PS1. Specifically, they were going to be porting a lot of their Sega Saturn titles over. I remember this. I actually remember this rumor when it was relevant. Nothing ever seemed to come of it, and they obviously moved on. However, in Japan, where the PS1 lasted a little bit longer, they did actually release two PS1 games. These two. And you can see the logo. It says Sega right there in the corner. And it's the same with this one. Now, these are by no means high-caliber games. There's nothing particularly special about these games other than the fact that just Sega published them. I don't even think they actually made them. I don't think they actually developed them. I think they just published them. This is Puyo Puyo Sun. Now, this actually is originally a Sega Saturn game. At least I think this is the same game. There's a lot of Puyo Puyo games. But this one is also called Puyo Puyo Sun, so I'm pretty sure it's the same game. So there you go. They actually did port one over, or in some way got permission to, assuming they're actually the same game. The other one, which I cannot pronounce, I honestly don't even remember what this is called. I'll put the name in the description. It's got like a really long Japanese name. Is what I'm told is a spiritual successor to Samba de Amigo. I believe there is actually like a big controller set that you can actually get for this game, and then it becomes something like Samba de Amigo. But obviously I don't have that, I just have the disc, and frankly I'm probably never really going to play it, so that doesn't matter much. But it does actually say Sega on the disc. This one might have been first party, I honestly don't know. You guys may or may not hear a lot of sirens going on right now. I live in Chicago. I'm actually very near to where Lollapalooza is going on at this very moment. So naturally it's chaos because there's like an extra 270,000 people in the city, only about a couple blocks away. So apologize for that. But that is not the point. Yeah, so this is a complete copy of whatever the hell this game is actually called. And this is Puyo Puyo Sun, which I believe is also complete. Yeah, it says Sega right there on the disc. Like I said, there's really nothing special about these games other than the fact that Sega made them. And so when I found out they did, I said, oh, that's awesome. I just got to get a hold of these because it's two games. Both were like $18. They were not expensive. And it's just cool to add this to the collection since I'm a big-time Sega fanatic, as you guys know. Now, unfortunately, the PS1 is region-coded. So playing these will not be the easiest task. I will have to end up playing them on a modified PS2. That's really the only way I have to go about doing it. I do not use emulators. Okay guys, so here's the deal. I wanted to record captured footage for you, and there's something about the recorder that just doesn't like the PS2. It doesn't like the 480i resolution, I suppose. I'm not really sure what the deal is. and I want to record with component cables for the best possible video quality. So this is an ironic solution. I have to film the TV. Believe me when I say I hate being one of these guys who does this, because I hate when people do this. But yeah, I'm about to do this. So I'm going to load up that first game or was it the second game? The one I didn't know the name of, that really Japanese one. And I'll just kind of play it for a moment. You can see me sitting there waving at you in the reflection. The coolest part about this, of course, is that it says that. Presented by Sega. Which is just kind of surreal that there really is 2 PS1 games that Sega actually put out there. Again, I don't know if they actually made this game. They might have. That's about as Japanese as it gets right there. Now that one, the first one, is like the main thing. I can't do that because I don't have the controller. There is this other... What is this? No, this is wrong. Can't do this. There is... I know there's another game that I can actually participate in, if it will let me. I assume that means 2 players. Yeah, so there's one person. Yeah, I don't have that... I know based on this thing that it's talking about the special controller. Yeah, sure, whatever. Let's go. Because without the special controller, this game is probably very similar to Samba de Amigo without the real control, without the footpad thing. It's just not quite the same gaming experience. But as you can see, it's very similar. You just kind of... Yeah, you get the idea. Wow. Okay, you guys get it. I'm going to switch over to the other game now. Yeah, so hopefully this game is decent. But again, like I said multiple times now, I did not buy these games because they may or may not be good games. I have no idea what that says. Probably something about saving. Yeah. So, I don't remember. I think that one means yes. Presented by Sega. Of course, that makes sense, as we've discussed. Yeah, I don't know. Is this the same as the Sega Saturn game? Puyo Puyo Sun by the Sega Corporation, 2003. I think the other one came out in 2002. This one came out in 2003. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, I have a TV. It's cool. We'll play on a TV. That's a good idea. This game cleans up really well through component cables. I wish you guys could see it properly instead of this stupid capturing shit. Sorry. I get enraged when capturing devices don't work properly, and this would be a great example of that. It's so just irritating. Yeah, I know. You guys you're happy about this. No, you're not. Why would you be happy about this? And I don't even really remember how to play these Puyo Puyo games. Yeah, I'm gonna win. Alright, I won. Game's over. But yeah, that's kind of it. Those are cool. If you're a Sega collector like I am, these are 2 cool items to pick up just because they're really weird and rare and unique. Well, I wouldn't say rare. It's not that hard to find them, actually. But it's just cool. The fact that these 2 titles actually exist, that Sega actually put something on the PS1. And so if you're a Sega collector, I recommend going after them. And that's it, guys. I'll see you later.